Hi, everybody. It's Belinda here. Thank you so much for joining me again. This week's energy forecast is off the back of an intense week last week. I invite you to check on a friend because it was really intense. And I don't know, it could be the heat in Queensland at the moment because it is very hot. It was a week that was quite draining and tiring. And I found myself holding space for a lot of people because there was a lot of transition and change going on around me. And that's okay. It's about being compassionate and also being compassionate and caring to yourself in the midst of all of that that's going on around you so that you've got that awareness of when your energy is dropping. Okay. So, having said that, this upcoming week, it's about um, what drives you to feel safe. Now, everything that drives you will be an attempt to feel safe or happy or peaceful or whole or a combination of all of it in some way, shape, or form. It's inherently what we want and what drives us in life, right? So, what do these things look like, sound like, feel like, taste like, smell like? Like, bring your senses into it and recognize what these all are for you, because this is what drives you to feel safe, right? And bring the joy into it as well, because when you're coming from that space of joyfulness, you'll be more able to look at any patterns or behaviors or situations or things that are going on that may not be quite aligned for you, because you'll be in that higher vibrational space. So being able to look at that stuff, you're coming from a different lens to if you're down in the dumps and not feeling so great. You look at things differently. So what then is making you feel unsafe? Are there situations, places, things that you know aren't aligned for you, but you haven't quite been able to let them go? Or is there something that you need to release or take time out from so that things can happen around you before you step back into that? you know like, the universe knows what's going on. Like, the peeps up there, they know what the plan is, they know what all the different pathways are that everybody's going through. You're not privy to that and you don't need to know. You need to focus on being in the now and what's going on for you in the here and now, right? That's what's within your grasp and within your control. So there could be a situation playing out that you need to either detach yourself from for a while, either for yourself or for them, and that's okay. And it could be something that's making you feel unsafe, so you aren't able to have a conversation or, deal with a situation right now because something needs to either land for you or for them, whatever the case may be. It's all okay, whatever it is, but identify what it is that you need to release or walk away from. Like, it could be a work situation, it could be friends, it could be a family situation, it could just be drama that you just don't want to be a part of. You know, are there any beliefs or behaviors that you think that it's time that you could look at them? You're being invited to do that now. Like, you're coming into the end of 2023. It's been a big few years for all of us. And now it's time to recalibrate and work with that transformational energy that's out there at the moment and shift and change and release and heal and do all of the stuff that brings you back to what's aligned for you and what's authentic for you and what brings you in that safety and the happiness and the peace and the wholeness and the joy and all the things, that are amazing and aligned for you. So could it be that there's stuff that you've been carrying that wasn't even your beliefs or behaviors to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, it could be stuff where your primary caregivers have taught you things, or you've learnt things that can be unlearned because you don't necessarily agree with them, but you've just been going with the flow and going with emotions and just keeping on whatever that path was, where it's not quite aligned for you. You don't believe it, you don't like the behavior. None of that has to define you, and it can be shifted, and you can give back what's not yours. You can do it energetically. You can do it in multiple ways. It doesn't have to be having the hard conversations with people if you're not able to do that. Or it can be like intergenerational, it can be past life stuff. It could be a whole world of things that you can give back because it's not yours, but you've been carrying it. You know, I've been doing a deep dive this week into trauma and the healing of it and the embodied processing of it, where it sits in the body, the mind, and the soul. And it can be something as little as if you were a baby and your mother was trying to breastfeed you and you couldn't latch on. That gives you, as a child, this feeling of unsafe because you can't latch on. Like it affects your ability to feed, which is a basic need. Little things like that can trigger this whole pattern of not feeling safe in the world because neural pathways are so much more open as a baby than they are when we're older. You know, go back to things like that because that can be your little hints that there's something going on that's creating these patterns and the behaviors and all the things that are driving you the way you are at the moment that may not necessarily be yours. Like that's a situation that's beyond your control. You're a baby, you know, but that's also landed on an unconscious level that's creating all these patterns and behaviors that are playing out in your life. So go back through because you're being invited to look at the little things that are causing you to feel unsafe. And perhaps it could be an avoidant behavior because there is this feeling of looking for safety and you on some level believe that you can't have that. So you're avoiding a situation, a person, a place, a thing completely because of that as well. Like you're being invited to get that lens out and really take a close look and see what you can shift, release, heal, let it go so that the growth and the transformation can come in so that you can go into 2024 aligned with where you want to be, in alignment with your core beliefs and what you believe to be true and what you want to bring into your world. Okay. So focus on that. That may take more than a week, admittedly, but do the work. Look at the shadows. Look at what's lurking that you're not quite able to get to. And if you need extra help and support, shout out. The help and support is always there. You just have to be willing and open to let it in and ask for help. Okay. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.